Hi everyone, welcome back to Tashi's World of Books, and I'm back today with another book unhauling. Hi you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So I have a huge book unhaul that I want to get through. Most of these are from Book Outlet, Amazon, and Better World Books. So I got a lot to get through, so I don't think I'm going to go into a lot of detail because we'll be here forever, because I think I've got like 25 books to get through. So let me just show you what I have and we can kind of talk about it. I'll tell you what I know, if anything, about it, and I'll keep it really brief and short and what my plan is around it. Okay, so I went ahead and picked up Julia Quinn, and this is the girl with the make-believe husband, and I wanted to make sure that I had, this finishes off my spin-off series, and this is the spin-off with Because of Mrs. Bridgerton and all of those. I think this is the Reichsby novels, and so I have all of these now. So since I enjoyed the other Bridgerton novels, or the Bridgerton, so much, I wanted to go ahead and finish up with the spin-off series, so I'm going to read that and then I'll kind of give that a rest as well. I picked up a Natasha Knight book. This is Giovanni. It's a dark mafia romance. You guys know I go into these pretty blind, not sure, don't know anything about it. I'm the right-hand man of a mafia king. She's a girl with a past that she's desperate to hide. I was like, mafia, dark, bring it on, twisted characters, I'm all in. So I went ahead and got that. And then I've heard a lot about Trisha Wolfe, and so I went ahead and picked up Born Madly and Born Darkly. These are serial killer romances with a mystery component. They're dark romances against sick, twisted characters, and you guys know I love me some twists. So I went ahead and got those as well. And you know, I had to pick up the tome. I'm so excited about Cassandra Clare's Chain of Iron. It's been a while since I read Chain of Gold, so I'm going to go back. And I think my reading order is I'm going to read the Infernal Devices series, because that for me is Generation 1. And then I'm going to read Chain of Gold, and then I'm going to read Chain of Iron, because I think that that's like that chronological order sort of makes sense to me to make the most of the reading experiences, because this is the children of the Infernal Devices. So I went ahead and got that, and I'm buddy reading this with a friend, and so I'm super looking forward to getting to this in the next couple of weeks as well. I also, you guys, I'm sure you've all heard that Netflix is doing an adaptation of the Shadow of Bones series and the Crooked Kingdom. And so I went ahead, and these are the prequels and a little novella. It's called The Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Lee Berdugo. And so since they're doing an adaptation of that, I want to go ahead and read this novella. Falls into the chronology of events with the Shadow of Bones and the Crooked Kingdom. And so I went ahead and picked that up, and I'm going to start this. My plan on my TBR is for me to read the Shadow of Bones next week, since Netflix is putting that out in April. And I always like to read the books first and then experience the Netflix version of it. So that's how I plan to do it this time around as well. Saturday night. Also, I went ahead, I'm super excited. I love Pam Godwin's Dark Notes books, or that book, that dark romance. And I've also heard really good things about Sea of Ruin, which is on my TBR as well. My TBR is ridiculous, you guys. I'm sure you all are in the same boat as I am. So I really like her stuff. So I went ahead and picked up From Evil, which are bind-ups. And From Evil is the bind-up of Devastate, Take, and Manipulate. And then I also picked up Deliver Us, which is Deliver, Vanquish, and Claim. I've heard really good things about this. They're dark romances, they're villains, dubious consent, forced proximity type situations, and there's a theme in the books that I like, so, you know, this is my deal. And so then, since I was on the kick of dark romances, I was like, why don't we just continue on with the other queen of dark romances and motorcycle romances, Tillie Cole. So I went ahead and picked up the whole lot of, this is the Hades Hangman series. And so it's Damnable Grace, Souls Unfractured, Heart Recaptured, Darkness Embraced, Deep Redemption, My Maddie, and Crux Untamed. And I also already have like 4 books in that series, so this looks like this is going to be an endeavor. It's a long series. I'm going to read it straight through. From what I understand, Tillie Cole delivers, and people love the series, and it's a MC romance, and so you know it's going to have all the things that come together in MC romances. So I'm here for it, so let's see how it goes. Then I also picked up, I have a couple of Maya Banks books already as a part of the Slow Burn series, and so I didn't have these, so I went ahead and picked these up. This is Just One Touch and Safe at Last, and I love already, it says her characters are a testament to the strength of the human spirit and to the power love has to heal even the deepest wounds. So I love that. That, like, you know, I love characters. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, that I love I think the reason I don't like contemporaries as much is because contemporary novels, their arc has to do with miscommunication, not being true to myself, me assuming and thinking that I know something about the character or the other person I'm dealing with, but I don't really, so I'm making a lot of assumptions. And that really is all that there is to it. Whereas in dark romances, it is a huge character arc that people have to go through in terms of, you know, like really searching, soul-searching transformation that has to occur, and they have to work for it. They have to demonstrate that they've learned and that they're growing. And I think that that's what I need to really dial me in to a book. Like I'm reading right now one of Kay Webster's books that I'm going to do a review on next week. And like this character arc is huge, and the stuff that this character has to go through is massive. And so contemporaries just don't do it for me in that sense. I also I was trying to round out my order on Book Outlet, and I saw that this Girls with Razor Hearts is a follow-up to Girls with Sharp Sticks. And I have Girls with Sharp Sticks, so I was like, well, it's been on my TBR forever, so let me just go ahead and get the follow-up to it, because you guys know I'm going to read it together just to get the full experience. So, and they say, like, it's harrowing, and it's exhilarating, and it's going to inspire you, and so I wanted to round it out and get it. I also went ahead and picked up this YA book. I had heard things about Tamsyn Muir, and this is Harrow the Ninth. I had heard there's the other book is Gideon the Ninth. That's the first book, and I heard really good things about this necromancer series that is into girl action, and heard it was pretty good. And so I was like, well, why not? Let me just go ahead and pick up, because there's been some YA books that I have read as of recently that I was like, hey, this is YA, and I'm super shocked. It's amazing. So it's like hit or miss. Like you never know if the YA is going to be good or not. And so I had heard good things about Gideon the Ninth, and it's like sci-fi, mystery, fantasy. I don't know. We'll try it and see. So I went ahead and picked that up as well. And then the last 2 books, again, because I was, you know, rounding out my order, I also went ahead and got Katie Rose Poole as The Shadow Rises. And I picked this up because this is the sequel to There Will Come a Darkness, and I already have that on my TBR, so I was like, why not? I'll go ahead and pick this up as well. And this is how I get myself into trouble, right? Because I'm like, oh, I already have the first book on my TBR. I already purchased it. So then if there's a second book, I'll get it. And then I read the first book and I'm like, I hate this. I can't stand it. But I feel like I'm invested because I bought them, so I have to read them. So I will read it, but this is YA again, so I don't know, and YA fantasy, so I might get myself in trouble, but I don't care. We're already in for a penny, in for a pound. So there you go. And then I picked up Lisa Jewell, The Family Upstairs, and this is from the same author that She Was Gone, and so this is a mystery story that unfolds about a mysterious family that lives in the same home in like a duplex at another family, and something happens and everybody is trying to figure out who, what, when, where, how. And so I was like, I'm in for something a little bit different, because sometimes what happens, I think, is that I read so much dark romance that I feel like I need palate cleansers, right? Like, so that's why I'm okay with picking up a couple YA. I'm okay with picking up a couple adult fantasies, because it throws a little bit of a mix in there, so I'm not so dark and heavy all the time, and that it's a little bit more inspiring or whatever, even though I still want depth to those books. So, you guys, that's all I have for today. I feel like I raced through this, but I didn't want to spend, as it is, this video is already going to be like 10 minutes, but I wanted to at least give you the things that I have picked up that are on my TBR. I'm eventually going to get to them, and I cover them when I do my weekly wrap-ups. I'm not going to be doing monthly wrap-ups anymore, because I already cover them in my weekly wrap-ups, and I think that that's enough. So I would much rather do book recommendations and those kinds of videos, and then cover the books that I read in my weekly wrap-ups. So, oh, and the other thing I want to tell you guys is you guys sent me a couple of comments about topics that you want me to cover, and so I am going to be doing those videos to be uploaded next week on suggestions that you guys have sent, so thank you so much for those. And if you guys come up with other suggestions or things that you want to see me do, don't hesitate to let me know, because I will cover them for sure. And I thank you guys so much, and as I have said before, you know I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and if you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you doing? You got to subscribe to my video so you can come hang out with me on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we can talk about the things that we love, which is all things books. So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!